Are City treble fatigue? Is this Arsenal's year? Are Liverpool really title contenders? And are Manchester United really back? All these questions answered on Mind on the Fans podcast. Let's go! Hello everyone, welcome to another thrilling episode of Mind on the Fans podcast. I'm David, his spy. But before we kick on to the main stuff, we first and foremost have to start by saying thank you guys for all your love. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for showing us love. We really appreciate it. We can't keep going without your support. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate all the love you guys show to us. And, you know, that love is what keeps us going to keep bringing amazing episodes to you guys. So thank you so much from Spy and myself. Thank you so much. Spy, anything to say?
Keep up the good work.
Okay, keep up the good work, yes. So, yes, we're back to another episode 14. We're going to deep dive into another thrilling match week 13. Yes. Match week 13 had all the thrills, it had all the drama, it had all the action, as usual. Premier League is nothing short of drama, so definitely. So what are we going to talk about today, Spy? Oh wait, before I kick on, Spy, how you doing?
I was about to say, no, you don't care about me. Like, I was literally about to say it, but thank God you retraced your steps, you know? I'm doing very good, David. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking me back. You know, not many people do that, so I appreciate that.
I don't really care. I just asked you back so that the fans could know how you were doing. Left for me, I love you though.
Love me though. Okay. That works for me, so thank you so much. So yes, let's jump right in. Match week 13 had all the drama, as I said, from the Etihad where City and Liverpool battle to draw, to Brighton's triumphant return to winning ways, and Newcastle dismantling 10-man Chelsea. And obviously, how could we forget Arsenal returning back to the top of the table? So, where should we kick off first? Obviously, Spy.
We have to kick off by saying David has ruined Spy's streak in the predictions.
How did I ruin your streak though?
Because your lack of not getting any made me also follow your footsteps, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get any, but how does me not getting any affect you one week after?
It affects me because I was doing this in a row. So since you now broke the streak, it's going to be difficult for the streak to restart. Do you get what I mean?
I mean, I do, but like you told me to pick my predictions. You gave me the...
Perfect. You understand. Thank you so much.
Okay, so in other words, we should start from your predictions.
I love that sense of humor. I love that.
Okay, we'll start from your predictions. Spy went 3-1 to City in the City-Liverpool fixture. Sheffield Bournemouth, he went 2-1 to Bournemouth. Forest Brighton, he went 3-1 to Brighton.
Pause there. Bournemouth, you see how close I was? Like, why did they need to score an extra goal? Like, why? But carry on.
Burnley West Ham, he went for West Ham, winning 2-0.
Why did they need to concede? Carry on.
Okay. Luton Palace, he went for Luton, winning 1-0.
Come on.
Again.
They basically won 1-0. They basically won 1-0. But for me to say Luton win in the first place, I think I deserve that. Carry on.
Newcastle Chelsea went for 3-1 to Chelsea or 2-1 to Chelsea.
I don't want to talk about it. Carry on.
Brentford Arsenal, you went 2-2 to Arsenal. Spurs Villa, you went 1-0 to Villa. Everton United, you went 2-1 to United.
Villa basically won 1-0 though. Come on, you gotta give me something. I told you Villa will be good away from home. What did you tell me? You gotta give me something here. I think the fans should agree. You gotta give me something.
I'm sorry, I can't give you anything. Did you give me anything?
Sorry, carry on, please.
And then Fulham Wolves, you went 2-0 to Wolves.
Okay. What did I go for Manchester United?
You went 2-1 to United.
2-1. I mean, 3 goals were scored in that match.
Oh my God.
But yo, in all seriousness, I think I got like 6 out of 10 in terms of like who won.
That doesn't matter though.
I mean, I think it does. I think the scoreline is a bit like too difficult. I think we should start doing like who's going to win, because then it's like a lot.
Okay, that's fair. Next episode we'll come back and be like, Spy put these guys to win.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, that's fair. So obviously, let's start with the big one. Obviously, City-Liverpool. Actual score was 1-1. To be honest, I didn't expect City to draw the game?
In my opinion, I didn't expect him to draw, but the whole game was going to be dependent on one man, and that man is Trent. Because City's attack for the past 6 games has been through the left side. So if Trent sat up like he did, that was when Liverpool had a chance.
But didn't Doku
Doku did, but what I'm saying is
cook Trent?
Yeah, he did. He did. I wouldn't say cooking, but I would say like Trent did as good as he could. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And that you couldn't ask for anything more. Plus, he also scored the goal to level the game with a beautiful finish as well.
2 questions from the game. First off, are City treble fatigued? And I've probably asked this before already, and I'll still keep asking it because they're just bringing up some weird ass results. So I'll keep asking it. And then secondly, are Liverpool actual title contenders, or they're just? And I've asked it again, but I'll still ask it again because they did go toe to toe to City at the Etihad. So
yeah. So that first question now, there are a lot of factors in that first question. Factor number 1, City are literally playing without there's someone that they really miss. It's not showing that they miss him, but they do miss him, Joao Cancelo. They do miss him. Number 2, another player that they also miss, John Stones. Because John Stones and Akanji, there's a big difference. When John Stones sits in that midfield, once he progresses into the midfield, you can see how comfortable he is on the ball. You can see Pep football actually being played out. But when Akanji is there, you could see Liverpool players trying to press him. He was doing a lot of blind passes and whatnot because he hasn't settled into that role that Pep is trying to play. But John Stones is the perfect example of that role. Do you understand what I mean? You could see that in the Champions League finals. You could see every single game they've played. And that also gives Rudiger freedom to do damage in the final third. But you barely see that nowadays because of the absence of John Stones. I don't think that treble fatigue, because if De Bruyne were there to also create a lot of chances for Erling Haaland, he's going to score it. So they're missing 3 parties. I won't say Johnston. I won't say Cancelo is really a key factor, but I'm saying in terms of who they're missing, you have to call his name in that list. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. So technically, I say injury is plaguing them pretty much.
100%.
Okay. 100%. And then my second question, obviously.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Are Liverpool actual title contenders? Do they have no? Let me rephrase my question. Do they have what it takes to actually go all the way, toe to toe with City, maybe Arsenal? Do you have what it takes?
In terms of quality, I think they do. I think they do because Virgil van Dijk is coming back to his best gradually. I don't think he's one of the only defenders that hasn't been beat this season. I know Haaland's goal, you could see the confusion between him and Matip of who is picking up Haaland when he picked up the ball in the I know it was Matip's man, but they didn't really communicate it well because Matip was should I fully commit? Should I stay with Virgil? And then Virgil is meant to. They did not fully communicate. If you watch the game, you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel gradually he's coming back to his very best. I don't think he has been beaten this season so far. And I think in the final third, Liverpool are dangerous. Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, Darwin Núñez. If he works on his finishing, I'm telling you, he'll be a very, very, very dangerous striker.
That's very true.
He has the aerial ability. He has the right foot. I've not really seen his left foot, but he has the pace. He has what you're looking for in a team like Liverpool, a team that busts on pace. And Liverpool players are not really known for heading the ball. But when they do head the ball, it's not they're stressing to meet the ball up there like Ronaldo does. No. The quality in the left back and the right back, they just put the ball directly in your head. All you need to just guide it in. So I think if Darwin Núñez can do some personal training, I feel he'll be up there. Liverpool will be up there. So at this point, I would say they could be a title challenge. To answer your question, they could be.
Okay, I mean that's fair. I just think they don't have the depth, but
100%, I agree with that as well. I 100% agree with that. But so far, we've seen that they're not really going through injury crises. Not really.
I mean, Jota and Alisson are sidelined, so that's a big. I think those are 2 big blows.
Yeah, we'll see how that will play out in the next week. But for now, they're not really, in trouble. We'll see how that will play out though, because so far someone that's not really been getting minutes, Luis Diaz, and we know how dangerous that guy is. We have seen him in the Champions League, we've seen him in the Premier League, we've seen him in derbies, so we know how dangerous Luis Diaz is. He just, due to the fact that he was going through a lot family wise and he was still producing for his club, that's a lot. He's dangerous.
Okay. Anyways, let's leave that game. I mean, I don't want to say too much on it. It was, I mean, it did, the hype the game had, I don't think it met it that much. I mean, it was a good game, don't get me wrong. But I just don't think, I think the hype is the goals. But it was a good game overall. I just think the hype didn't match the level of expectation of the game. Or what, sorry, let me rephrase myself. I don't think the hype actually matched what we saw from the game. So that's the only thing I'll say on that game. Moving on to, this is a good one. Newcastle Chelsea. You predicted Chelsea to win 3-1. But I think that's kind of the opposite. Newcastle ended up winning 4-1. So with that being said, obviously Chelsea played with 10 men. Rhys James got sent off for his, do I want to say immaturity, silly mistakes, whatever you want to call it, he got sent off for that. And yeah. So question from this is, Chelsea, is this back to square one for them? Or, because obviously they had that amazing result against City, and then before that they had the amazing result against Spurs. Is this back to square one for them, or is this just a blip on the road?
I believe I said something before I gave that prediction. I said, if Newcastle is a big 6 team, Chelsea will win. So that game determines if Newcastle is a big 6 team. And clearly my question has been answered. Because Chelsea only play good against big teams. Do you understand what I mean? So they're like the Wolverhampton of like 2 seasons ago right now. That's what they're looking like. Is it finished for Chelsea? It just might be. It just might be, because you cannot be depending on on a big day, then you sit up. You have to sit up from the scratch. And unfortunately, you do need points from small teams, because small teams would punish you. Underdogs are the most feared people in the Premier League. And they would punish you, just like they're seeing right now. They're getting punished. So I think if they want to sit up and maybe qualify for European football, they have to sort that out.
From Newcastle's point of view, Anthony Gordon was just superb. Like, he played amazing football. What's his name? Jamal Lascelles, the centre back. I think he also played amazing football and he got the goal. Fabian Schär also played good football. Like, the whole team, obviously I've singled out Anthony Gordon because I want to talk about him for a minute. But I think the whole team played absolutely amazing football. So back to Anthony Gordon, do you think he's a steal for Newcastle? Or do you think he was a steal for Newcastle? Considering they bought him for what? But do you think it was an absolute steal for Newcastle?
Pretty much, yes, I do. I do think it was. I do think when he came, I was like, is that really a good signing? But he's settled in. He settled in so well that he cannot even be substituted for the person that was intended for that position, who is Harvey Barnes. He cannot even be substituted for him because of how well he's playing. So I think it was a very good steal for them.
Yeah, but I mean, Harvey Barnes is injured now, so that kind of changes it. But
not really, because when he was fit, he was not getting minutes. Gordon was still starting. Gordon was still performing. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say. I'd say he was just playing too good that you have Burns who literally come on 10 minutes at the end of the game and stuff like that. But yeah, so Newcastle obviously annihilated Chelsea. Rhys James, I'm going to stick on Rhys James for a minute. How immature was that from him?
For a player that's played for his club, for his country, he has played in Chelsea for so long. He knows the experience. He has learned from the lives of Aspilicueta and so on. So he understands being mature on the pitch, how far it takes you, and for him to do that now, that is very immature from him, I think.
That's fair. And when we're looking at Chelsea, we're like, these are their really bad fixtures. Obviously, they play Brighton next. So far, I think they've only gotten 5 points from out of this hell-looking fixtures they had. 5 points, yes. The one against Arsenal, 1 point against Arsenal, 1 point against City, then 3 points against Chelsea, whatnot. So Chelsea back to, obviously I agree. I don't think they're back to square one. I just think it's a blip on the road. They are a young team, so they do have to find that maturity really quickly. But I've been using the youngness as an excuse for the past 11 weeks of the season, so they do have to find that maturity quickly. But moving on from Newcastle, Chelsea, let's move on to Spurs Villa. Oh no, actually no, before we hit Spurs Villa, let's talk about Brentford Arsenal for a minute, just because 2 things happened. The first one, Arsenal with the win moved top of the table because City and Liverpool drew. They returned back to the top of the table, and then Kai Havertz scored the winning goal. That's the second thing. And just let me just say, put this out there. We're recording this Wednesday. Arsenal played today in Champions League, and Kai Havertz scored again. So back-to-back games. But I guess from this is obviously Arsenal haven't looked. If you have watched Arsenal's game, Arsenal haven't looked as fluid as they did last season and whatnot. But defensively, they have looked absolutely spectacular. Just 10 goals considered in the league. Number of shots faced have reduced significantly. Number of expected goals conceded have reduced. But obviously, the offense is suffering from it. Do you think this is a tactical ploy from Arteta, or is this just the injuries and new signings not gelling together?
I think whatever Arteta is doing right now is working. And is working to perfection. That's what I think. Because the game against Brentford, we know Brentford are a compact team.
Yeah.
So it's not just like the name may tell you that, okay, it's an easy Arsenal walkover. But in truth, no. You have to dig deep to win Brentford. And for Arteta to play a game like that and leave it out late, even though you guys have a lot of chances and so on and so forth. But the point is, for him to leave it late against Brentford and start off quick in the Champions League, it means that, okay, he knows what he's doing as a coach. Do you understand what I mean? He knows the risks and he knows the rewards. So in terms of that, it just means that he's not affecting the forward line per se. It's just a game of patience. You know that they are comfortable on the ball. You know that Arsenal are a very good team at playing off from the back. This is the first and the last time you ever hear me praise Arsenal. Arsenal are a very good team playing off from the back and so on and so forth. They have an explosive, they have explosive wingers. The lives of Martin Odegaard coming back from injury as well, coming into the scoreline as well today. Very full finish. Left foot. But yeah, that's Arsenal. I feel if they keep on this way, I can't say it, but Premier League, I can't say it. My body can't let me.
Yeah, last season, everyone was like, yeah, Arsenal are playing exciting, sweet football. But they didn't have that grit and determination, especially in the final stretches where they took 34 points from the final 19 games from the second half of the season. And they considered, I can't remember the amount of goals, but they considered a lot of goals. Those 3 games back-to-back where we were drawing, you couldn't see that grit and determination from them. So now you are seeing an Arsenal team where they have the grit, they have the determination, and they are finding ways to win. They're not just playing the free-flowing football that we know from them. They are finding ways to win. And for me as an Arsenal fan, I absolutely love it because if you want to be champions, when you look at the likes of City, you look at the likes of Liverpool, you remember Liverpool when they won the league, you see them finding different ways. It wasn't every time they were playing flowing football, but they literally had to dig in to fight for that win. So I think for me as an Arsenal fan, I like seeing the maturation we have seen from this team and just the growth from it. So, and obviously big ups to Kai Havertz coming on as a substitute and scoring that goal. Absolutely amazing pass from Bukayo Saka. So yeah, I'm just excited. So is this Kai Havertz turning point though?
Right place, right time. Nothing much to say about that.
Oh, he doesn't want to admit it. But it's okay. It's okay. Nothing too deep. I won't deep in it. Moving on to our neighbors on the other side. Spurs. Spurs lost to Villa. This is their 3rd defeat in a row. They lost 2-1 to Villa. Actually, Villa came back because Spurs won. Spurs were winning 1-0. Spurs scored first, and then Villa came back. But Son had 3 goals cancelled. 3 offside goals cancelled. Does this result show what we expected? And is this like the breaking point? And then obviously for Villa, you can see something wonderful going on there. Is there a ceiling for how high this Villa team can go?
Villa, very good at home. Now getting results away, that is a problem. And it's not a problem for Villa, it's a problem for every other Premier League team. Because that quality in that squad is underrated. Ollie Watkins, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, so on and so forth. Solely underrated. And I feel right now they're coming to shine. Unai Emery is really, really doing a job.
Is he your manager of the season so far?
Manager of the season so far. I think he should be. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So Spurs, this is their crumbling point. Is this can they recover from this?
We will recover from. I feel like from next week you could see like you start seeing the recoveries because right now they're just going through like they don't really have their full squad that they started with. So I feel like when they do, then they should come back to their normal selves.
And I mean they are playing City next week at the Etihad, so
Yeah, that would be a game. It's not just going to be a normal walkover. Yes, without Hurricane against City for the I think first time, but I feel like that's going to be a game.
let's move on to your team, Man United. Oh my god. Obviously Man United beat Everton 3-0. Alejandro Garnacho. That is a goal. I didn't expect that. You know, when I was watching the game and I was like, I was speechless. Like, I'm sorry, I was just speechless. Like that goal was amazing. Goal of the season, Puskas Award, whatever you want to call it. Like that's literally a nomination right there.
Please say that one more time. I didn't hear you. My the internet cut off. Say that one more time, please.
I said that's literally the goal of the season right there.
Wow.
Except someone scores something better from like halfway line or something.
Wow.
But like that was just I was left speechless. So United obviously I don't want to, blow your head up too big. But obviously United now they're on a 3-game winning streak in the league. Pretty much I think taking 13 points out of the last 17, something like that, I can't remember. But yeah, and then they sit sixth in the league, 2 points behind fourth place. Did you expect this considering how bad United started?
Like I said, we are not comfortable. 7, 8 years ago, United in sixth place would be so devastating. But now you can see United fans being comfortable with sixth place. We're actually not. We're not sad. We're not chanting for Ten Hag to go. Normally, once you're in fourth place, United fans start chanting for the manager to go. But that means that there's a whole lot that's happened in that squad, and it's so visible to the fans right now that we have to settle for sixth. Hopefully, this is the turning points. I would say that, but I would say it's a turning point because today we played a whole lot of good football against Galatasaray, but just a couple of mistakes from our man. But hopefully he doesn't get no racial whatever. I hope the United fans back him up as they've been doing so far. And he always comes out apologizing, saying he's like responsible for it, which I do love about him. But he needs to stop coming out. He needs to just stop making mistakes. And as Keane said today, he's too casual. I think I do agree with that. Like he's a bit too casual in goal, like too comfortable, trying to like I will use the word overconfidence maybe, but the way he plays, you could just see that okay, he's a bit too casual. And yeah, he's not really concentrated. He's more concentrated in the like spectating point of view, like he's coming to watch Garnacho score a basket cookie rather than coming to keep for Manchester United. Yeah, and so I mean.
Yeah, but he does have 6 clean sheets in the league.
Oh, 100%. He's tied with the topmost clean sheet for the league this season, 100%. But the games that we do need a clean sheet, just like this game, we're in a tough spot in the Champions League stage, on the group stage, we're in a tough spot. We really needed that win. A beautiful goal from Garnacho, a very beautiful goal from Bruno Fernandes. We really needed that comfortable win. We needed that clean sheet. And I think he should have done better with all 3 goals, honestly. The ZH free kick it wasn't in the corner basically, but it's always difficult for keepers. But the second one, he should have done a lot better with the second one.
Yeah. Anyway, United play Newcastle next, so that'll be a test for them. I think that is an away game at St. James Park on Sunday. That'll be a tough test for them. That will definitely be a tough test for them. But yeah, so obviously, I think the highlight from that game is definitely Garnacho's goal. But then also Rashford scored too. An amazing thing what Bruno Fernandes did was just big ups to him. Just all I have to say, big ups to him. And I know people bash him for him not being the proper captain and whatnot. But you could see at that point when he showed how good of a captain he is. When his teammate needed a boost in confidence. Little things like that is what boosts a person's confidence and can change the season around.
I'm not going to lie, but you see how what Bruno Fernandes, he's facing life right now. Because the thing about life is that whatever you do, people are going to talk. But if it ends up being good, no one is going to speak. If it ends up being good, no one is going to speak. If Rashford missed that penalty, the blame wouldn't be on Rashford.
It's probably a Bruno, yeah.
Exactly. So That's how life is. That's exactly how life is. I know he mourns and whatnot. But if he actually did mourn, and let's say he gets like the referee's whistle for mourning, then they'll say, "Oh, he's having the back of the team, this and that." That's how, that he's just facing life right now.
Yeah, and obviously it's also good to see Martial on the score sheet. I can't remember the last time he scored, to be honest. So it was good to see Martial on the score sheet. So yeah, that was a good game to watch. I'll touch on some few fixtures before we leave. Brighton returned back to winning ways, finally, after beating Forest and going a man down. They beat Forest. They were able to hold on to the win 3-2. Yeah,
I do recall saying Brighton was going to win. And he said Forest at home.
I mean, they almost sold the game though. They literally almost sold the game.
I'll ask you a question. If you throw a stone at a bed and it almost hits the bed, is the bed alive or dead?
Still probably alive.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. They still almost sold the game. So I mean, Brighton, yeah, I'm not even going to say it. But it's good to see Brighton return back to winning ways. It's been a minute since they last won. West Ham came back 2 goals down to beat Burnley 2-1. Thanks to some amazing play by Mohamed Kudus. I don't think we're going to stop mentioning that guy's name just because of how of an impact he has brought to the team. True.
Kudus, I think after Madison, he should be the most influential signing. I think after Madison, he should be the most influential signing.
Yeah. So yeah, West Ham came back from a goal down and beat Burnley away from home. Currently, they have won their last 2 games, which is good for them. And then Sheffield, Bournemouth winning back-to-back games for the first time this season, beating Sheffield away from home 3-1. That was amazing. That was an amazing game. Marcus Tavernier, amazing from him. Absolutely love him. So that was good to see. That was absolutely. You know what? For someone, I don't know. I just have this thing for Bournemouth. Like, I don't want to see them get relegated, and to see them win back-to-back games, I think that was just good. Also, Luton beat Palace 2-1. Michael Olise, I think this is his first game back from injury, scoring for Palace. But then they ended up falling short by a goal down. Nothing too much there. Then Wolves, Fulham. That was a good game. If you watch that game, that was a good game. Back and forth. But Fulham ended up coming on top 3-2. That third goal was just, I think for me it was controversial. I don't think that was a penalty. I just don't think it was a penalty.
I don't think so as well. Well, he is what he is.
Yeah. That was match week 13 in a nutshell. Match week 14, I mean, I've mentioned it on the show here. Match week 14 has some really good games. Obviously, Chelsea playing Brighton, Newcastle playing United. Then it's finishing up with Man City playing Spurs at the Etihad. So a lot of mouth-watering fixtures in match week 14. Can't wait for that. But before we round up this amazing episode, let's talk about some Champions League games. Obviously, we're recording this right after the Champions League, match week 5 of the Champions League. Some teams have already qualified, like Madrid, Real Sociedad, Arsenal, and teams like that. But then some teams are on the verge of being eliminated. Cough, cough, Man United. Man United literally blew it. PSG, the group of death. Actually, no, Dortmund have qualified, but second is still up for grabs. The so-called group of death is between PSG, Newcastle, and AC Milan. That's still up for grabs. Obviously, Barcelona too have qualified for a round of 16. City obviously came back from 2 goals down to beat Leipzig last night. Madrid, Jude Bellingham doing his magic again, a goal and assist. Like, he scored and I had myself doing the whole open arm celebration as I was watching the game.
Bellingham, Bailey.
So, and then Inter also coming back from 3 goals down to draw with 10-men Benfica. Arsenal running riot at Lens 6-0. It was a productive match week, safe to say.
100%. It was a field of drama. And good thing for our fans right now. no international break for the next 4-5 weeks.
I think till March. I think we're going all the way till March. No international break, so we'll have a lot to either March, February or March. I mean, I think there's AFCON though. AFCON in January, but I don't think it will affect too much. We'll still be able to watch Premier League.
December, January, we're going to have double game weeks very soon.
Yeah. Before we round up, do you think Manchester United will qualify for the round of 16?
Pass.
Okay. Okay. Before we close out this episode, I want to say thank you guys for sticking with us. Again, thank you for all your support and your love. Couldn't have done this without you guys. We can't really do this without you guys for listening and for supporting and just encourage and all the encouragement. So thank you guys so much. We hope you guys have an amazing week. Spy will be back on Instagram Live on Friday, right?
Friday, yeah.
Yep, we'll be back on Instagram Live on Friday to give our predictions for those mouth-watering fixtures on match week 14. But yeah, we'll be back on Instagram Live Friday. Mind of the Fans podcast. Check us out. We'll go live there. We'll answer you guys' questions. Also, I have some questions for Spy also that I think you'll answer. So stay tuned for that. We have some rankings to do there. We'll give our predictions for match week 14. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So as usual, thank you guys. Watch match week 14. You do not want to miss Premier League action. We're heading towards that time of the season that can break or make some teams. So do not miss it. We'll see you guys next week, episode 15. Spy?
Obviously, we have to say thank you guys so much for always tuning in to Mind of the Fans podcast. We really do appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. It keeps us going every week. Me and David, we are truly grateful for, every time you click, every time you subscribe, every time you watch it. We are truly grateful. So we thank you guys so much. And as always, keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work. We're out, guys.